Estrellea, written and read by Billy Sheely, Chapter 8. Drifting back to the present, sitting there looking at Luciana, I can see her. However, I cannot hear my lovely wife. The only thing that I can hear is poor Benjamin screaming as his life force drains away. "Are you finished eating?" I heard Luciana ask in a fog. I shake my head. "What did you ask me?" as my dream begins to fade. To the tune of a slight smirk, "I asked if you were finished eating." "Yes," I replied. "That was delicious. Never had such a succulent lamb." "I would be flattered, Astrid, except you are not you right now, and regardless of how good it was, you did not finish your plate. So where did you drift off to this time?" Luciana asked, dropping my head with a half smile of remorse. "I am not in the mood. I cannot finish eating. Some things, regardless of how hard one tries, they just cannot be unseen or unfelt. It's the moments like this one that make me hate my job. Call them flashbacks. But over the years of absorbing the memories and lives of my earthborn twins, it just becomes a part of you. One could say that I am them, that they have become a part of me. This totally sucks, as I have to live their lives. But I must defend them at the same time, or at least speak on their behalf, in front of the council, neither of which is easy. And it's hard for me to live their lives and speak without a bias. I endure their pain, their suffering, and become intimately familiar with my twin, while seeing Earth through his eyes. How is one to not desire the immediate execution of this extorting planet? When they see the suffrage they cause, flip the coin and you know that, well, this is you. One cannot just kill themselves, even if it's not truly them. But they are you, and when one sees the similarities meld, you become more one with each other, rather than livestock of the elders. Wouldn't you do what you could to save yourself at all cost, even if it was against the rules? It's the drifting days like this that make it difficult. On Earth, I understand this is called depression, and that you get happy pills for this. Ben would tell you that they do not work, but the doctors seem to think they do. Luciana picks up our plates, taking them to the compost. She walks into the greenhouse, where she digs a small hole next to a shabby-looking bush, scraping the plates off into the hole she just dug, before covering it back up again. As she comes back inside, Luciana seems to purposefully walk beside me, ensuring that she could tease the sulking out of me with her nakedness. As Luciana comes closer to just a hover, I look down and turn my head from her perfectness. "I can't, even if you hadn't just drained me dry." "I do wish that you would stop with this self-destruction. I told you I don't want you to die young from useless worrying," Luciana snapped at me. "It's not that. I promise. I am not worrying right now. I just, well, relived Ben's memory of his circumcision," I said, beginning to choke up with emotions. Luciana, after setting the plates in the sink, came up and sat beside me, taking my hand as she said, "Ben is not you, and you are not Ben. He may genetically be you, but that's the extent of it. One cannot compare apples to oranges. They are not the same. Yes, they are both fruits. You and Ben share the same genes, as the trees both bear fruits. But just as the fruits come from different trees, you are from separate realms connected by nothing more than the plethora." Looking at Luciana, I know that she is right, of course, but one cannot just so easily separate themselves from it. In an attempt to separate myself from Luciana's reasoning, I stand up from the table, slowly at first, then rather suddenly. I'm on my feet. "Where do you think you are going?" as Luciana turns around. "I made a very nice dessert. It's rude to ignore food, especially food that I slaved over for you. Sit down. We are not finished discussing this." "You are not finished discussing this. We are done. Moreover, I'm tired and going to bed." As I begin walking out of the kitchen, I hear,
Estrellea, with Luciana raising her voice. We will discuss this. You will stop beating yourself up. It's not healthy for you to be this way. Get back here. I know you can hear me.
While I continue up the stairs, I shout back, "Get off your fucking broom!" Don't know why I bother. I've woke up the Wicked Witch and she never lets things go. At least until the witch wins, that is. The storm outside does show the promise of being witching weather. As I climb the stairs right on time, I hear Luciana storming and screaming after me. The lightning is blazing away while thunder shatters the sky and shakes the floor. The storm couldn't have had better timing, with Luciana turning into a thundercloud of her own. Rain is pounding the windows. I can hear hail popping against the panes of glass. Reaching the bedroom, I don't even shed my robes this evening. It's been a long day, and Luciana is only adding to it. Why doesn't she understand? I climb into bed. Fragna bolts through the door just ahead of Luciana, jumps in the bed and curls up next to my side in the middle of the bed.
I told you we were not done.
Luciana barges in.
You cannot keep this up. We need to find a solution. Cannabis doesn't work. Sex doesn't work. You refuse to eat mushrooms. Poppies just drug you up. Where does it end?
Leash, please. As I turn to look at her. Get off the broom. I'm begging you. Don't. If we discuss this, you could provide an unfair bias.
I do not ride a fucking broom,
Luciana interjected.
Although if you keep insinuating that I do, I could shove one up your ass. Then you will be riding the fucking broom. Furthermore, an unfair bias do not. This is not healthy for you.
No, you do not physically ride a broom, I replied. But when you turn into the Witch of the West, that's all I see is you flying around on a broom, laughing. And besides, if you don't like me saying that, then stop acting like there's a broom stuck between your thighs.
There's only one thing that gets stuck between my thighs, and it's not a broom,
said Luciana as she started walking to the bed. This is the end of Chapter 8.